yards. They have 3 timeouts left, but turn it over on downs. That was 4th and 5. Glenn Coffey, 2 yards. Niners playing it safe. Can't pick up a first down to seal it. Favre's going to get another chance after the punt with 1:29 to go. Vikes at their own 20. So now you might want to take out a pen and pad. Favre. Asante Shanko. 12 yards, first down. Tick, 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 tick. Favre. Rice. 9 yards out of bounds. Clock stops. 2 plays later, and after an incompletion, it's 3rd and 1. Brett. Buying some time. Percy Harvin. First down, but tick, tick, tick. We're under 50 seconds now. Tick, tick, tick. We stop the clock. 40 to go. 2 plays later, 33 to go. 3rd and 10, 46-yard line. Favre moving up. Feeling it to Harvin in front of 2 Niners. 15 yards, but tick, 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 tick. He spikes it. 16 seconds to go. Next play. Favre. Well, we need some yard. Well, let's get it to Berrien. 7 yards. 12 seconds to go at the 32. Do we have to go for it all now? It's 3rd and 3. Buying time. And zing! Greg Lewis, is he in? He can't be in. It's a touchdown from the 32 with 2 seconds to go. Look at it again. The Vikings lead 27-24.
Yeah, and watch the footwork from Greg Lewis. The 1 foot in, he drags the right foot. Look at it from another angle. Left foot in, drag the right. That's an outstanding throw and a great reception. And Brett knows he's going to get hit.
And drilled. And boy, by just a couple of inches is Lewis in. But the Vikings, they've been looking forward to this. Their fans, they were one of the last teams to open up at home. And it didn't look good for the longest of time, especially after they turned it over on downs. But Brett Favre, the legend of Brett Favre, is now already secure in Minnesota. How many more wins would he need in the team? Well, here's at least one. Vikings 27, Niners 24. Brett Favre, another day at the office.
To get a play like that against them, we knew it was going to be tough going in. I don't know. I mean, it's pretty special. Anytime you win a game, period, is pretty special. But if you win one like that, I don't know what to say.
We knew that it was going to be a war coming in here. And you got 2 good football teams, and one had to lose, and it was us. I'd rather that we lose now, taste it, chew on it, swallow it, and get better.
Well, the Niners are already better. They're 2-1 on them in a moment, but 3-0 now, the Minnesota Vikings, and this is why, well, this is why you have him. And now his first game he ever played, I think back to when he won a game in the last couple of seconds for the Green Bay Packers. That was 1992, Tom. He's still at it.
Well, that's his style. I can do the magic at the end of a football game. And I've said that there's going to be 3 or 4 games this year where Brett Favre is going to have to work that magic for the Vikings to end up where they want to be, which is in the Super Bowl. But the play that I love the most, I'm going to repeat this, was not a throw, not a catch. It was him running 40 yards down the football to make a block on Patrick Willis, because it tells me why he's playing the game. He's playing this game because he still loves to get out there like a kid and play.
And his first big step, not the first playoff win, but first big step in the playoffs as a Packer was when they beat the Niners at Candlestick. Again, it happened against the Niners. And for San Francisco, you can see where they're headed.
Yeah. Oh,
Good things for them.
They reflect the head coach.
They do. Well, the Lions, we know where they've been headed. They've lost 19 in a row. And I know Washington doesn't score, but the Lions, they were at home, but only 40,000 showed up. The same thing would happen, right? Maybe not. Maybe this was the day for Jim Schwartz in his 3rd game as Lion head coach. And look, when you stop Clinton Portis on a 4th and goal at the 1 line, maybe this is your day. So the drive, remember, begins in the shadow of your own goalpost. And Matthew Stafford, we know about the arm. Now we can see about the feet, Tom.
Yeah, he's got the ability to do some things with his legs down the field, as he does right there to the Redskins.
22-yard pickup. And now we know about this. Stafford, shotgun. Nice floater to Bryant Johnson. The Lions went 99 yards and 2 feet. They lead the Redskins 7-0. Now they lead 13-0 early third quarter. Jason Campbell, Santana Moss, he's got burners. 57 yards at the 13-7 day. Moss had 10 catches, 178 on the day. Now fourth quarter, same score. Stafford pump fakes, feels the rush, and throws it to Johnson, and, wow, that's a flag. Chris Horton heard a who. He also saw a flag. Lions score a touchdown, go up 19-7. 54 seconds to go in the game. It's 19-14. The Lions trying to close a 19-game losing streak. Jason Campbell, Liddell, Dickie Betts. He guitar riffs it out of bounds. Oh, no. When you're just trying to par the last hole, but it's so hard. Now next play. Campbell, 35 seconds. To Moss, down to the 36. Tick, he spikes it to stop it. And then, at the end, let's try Dipsy Doodle. Is the band on the field? Randall L. Betts, it's over. It's all over. Detroit, there's the Ford family. Very classy William Clay Ford. His son, the family, it's over. They last won in December of 07. They've now won in September of 09. 19-14. Can we say it loud enough? Detroit wins.
Well, we not only got the monkey off our back, we got King Kong off our back. So now we can go ahead and start winning the way we could have before, but never seemed to get over the hump.
After the game, after we got together, said a few words, and took a knee and said our prayer, players went back on the field and wanted to go celebrate with the fans that stayed. And I thought that sent a strong statement about how much we feel, how kinship we feel with the city of Detroit.
And good for that, Tom. Wait, break out the champagne in Detroit, because even though it was the smallest crowd, 40,000 they've had in 20 years, and it was blacked out in Detroit, they'll be talking about this for a long time. And you see things, too. It wasn't just, you got to win every now and then. Good for them.
Well, a huge win, and I think a solid team win. And the feeling you got watching the game was not that the Lions thought we might win, was that the Lions thought they should win the football game, that they thought they were the better football team. And we're watching the maturation, I think, of an outstanding young quarterback in Matthew Stafford. Team win. So happy for the Ford family. I mean, you have to win one game before you can win collectively a lot of football games.
Questions about Washington for sure, because the second half skid, and now they certainly can't be scoring points. And I think of it, there are a lot of Lions. But Jeff Backus and Dominic Raiola have been on the offensive line since they were first and second round draft picks in 01. Just a couple of names I want to throw out there. So you know what? Let's it's two bottles. And the Bucks, who went 0-26 to start their career in 1976. Leroy Selman and our buddies, you're safe. We've only just begun the fun on the Blitz.
The Blitz, brought to you by Old Spice. Different scents for different gents.
Final round of the Tour Championship, also the final leg of the FedEx Cup, both producing excellent champions on Sunday. There's Tiger Woods, started a 2 shots back of Kenny Perry. And let's just add that Phil Mickelson started 4 back. There's O'Kenny, who told Tiger to bring his A game if he wanted to win the tournament in that cup. Well, Woods, this is less than A. It's probably not a B, and my guess is when you hit it there and you get it behind a tree and you got to punch out sideways and you make bogey, we'll put that in C, maybe even a D category. Yeah. After 11 straight pars on 13, Tiger again would drop one. So he's 4 under for the tournament and moving down to 4th place. So that actually vaults Steve Stricker, who was having a very nice round, into the lead as the projected FedEx Cup winner. However, Steve, a little loose on 16 over the green, and then here back across with his 3rd. That's going to be a troubling bogey for him. He would finish 6th at East Lake and 3rd in the FedEx Cup standings. As for Kenny, oh my goodness, took an unplayable lie there, and he also no A game.
None.
Definitely a C. Another tough Sunday in Georgia. Remember, he had the bad finish there and lost in the playoff in Augusta, and this one not good either. Double there, 4 over on the day, finished 4th. And then you got Phil Mickelson. Hasn't been great over the summer. Remember, took the time off, had to take care of his family, his wife and his mother, ill with breast cancer, and look at that. He had it going on. First, he's hitting it hugely close. I mean, that's a kick in from there. And when he didn't, he made everything in sight. This is the par 5 9th. Mickelson, a streak of 8 straight one-putts from the 3rd hole to the 10th. The outright lead at 8 under. The par 4 16th. And when he wasn't putting, well, let's just chip in. I don't need the putter at all. Mickelson goes to 9 under. He's going to win the Tour Championship in a walk. 3 strokes. His first victory since Doral in March. And Tiger finally got a birdie on 15, and then wasn't going to win, but sealed the cup here on 16 with a long one. Usually, you know, that kind of thing doesn't elicit a big smile, but when you just won $10 million, you're happy. Mickelson, 14th in the FedEx Cup standings entering the day. He passed Heath Slocum, Zach Johnson, Jim Furyk, Steve Stricker in the standings. Needed Tiger to finish 9th or lower. That much wasn't going to happen. So if you're going to fill out the deposit slips, Lefty, $1.35 million for first prize, $3 million more as a FedEx Cup runner-up. Tiger made $10.8 million total. So, fellas, how was your day?
It feels all right, I guess, to finish second, but in a winning, the FedEx Cup the whole year, very, very proud of what happened. Working with Hank and all my trainers to get me to this point, with a lot of unknowns at the beginning of the year, to be as consistent as I was the entire year. I'm very proud of that.
It means a lot to finish the year off on such a good note. We've been through a lot, and I'm very proud of my wife and my mom on the fight that they've been through, and we've been fortunate in that long term we're in good shape. And although day-to-day, is tough, and the meds are tough, and it's not easy for them, we're fortunate, that our long-term outlook looks good. And although we have a long road ahead, to get the hardest part behind us, it feels good, and to finish this year off with a win feels terrific.
All right, neither guy won a major, but Tiger and Phil turned in arguably the best seasons on the tour in 09. Combining to win 9 events, more than $15 million. Both came up just short and adding to their list of major titles. Mickelson finished second of the U.S. Open at Bethpage. Woods, the runner-up at the PGA Championship. But you got to like these two dueling, and it's 193 days until both these cats will tee off at the Masters. That's April 8th, 2010. Also that day, Phil's Nationals.
Nice. First time they're smiling on the same day. A tip ball from being 3-0. Stripes stun the Steelers, while Mark Sanchez gets the Jets off to an unbeaten start and making NFL history in the process. Michael Vick returns, but forgets to bring along his A game, while Kevin Kolb throws for NFL history in an Eagles blowout. And a crushing hit knocked Tim Tebow from the game Saturday after staying a night in the hospital. What the tests say about Tebow's condition. Plus,
wheel-barreling now down the back straightaway. End over end, side over side.
Second race of the chase becoming quite a spectacle. How a driver walked away from this eye-popping crash. That's next on SportsCenter.
Someday, cars will be engineered using nanotechnology to convert plants into components. The first ever HS Hybrid, only from Lexus.
Hi, my name is Kylie, and these happy words just keep on coming. Today I'm going to show friends how to share them. Dun, dun, dun. Bigger, bigger, and click. Presto. Look. I'm a PC, and this is getting good.
1 minute, we were sitting on the couch just talking about it. Then all of a sudden,
it was insane. We were there.
Welcome back to the Blitz, everybody. And one thing you can count on in the AFC North, the Steelers are going to beat the Bengals in Cincinnati. I mean, they've done it 8 straight times. The last time the Bengals beat the Steelers in Cincinnati was 2001. The Steelers have all their fans waving the terrible towels in the stand. So this was really just going to be a formality, especially with Pittsburgh coming off a tough loss to Chicago. I know Cincy you just won. That's why they play the games. Here we go from Cincinnati. Big Ben and the Steelers. And they give it to Willie Parker. And they've been having trouble running, Tom, but fast Willie, he's fast. 21 yards. It's not in the end zone. It's not a fumble either. It ends up only setting up a field goal, but tone being set. and after the play as well.
Yeah, a little animosity between these two ball clubs.
Jonathan Joseph and Hines Ward exchanging pleasantries. Then Big Ben, this is what he does. Then whap, avoids a sack. And then to Parker. Open, touchdown. It's 10-0, 13-3 Pittsburgh at the half. Now into the third quarter. Only one turnover in this game, but it was big. Big Ben, Joseph makes the pick, and Jonathan Joseph could go all the way to the end zone. 13-9, they missed the extra point. 3rd and 4 now at the 34 Steelers. And Ben's going to come back big time to the youngster Lima Swede. Touchdown pick. Wait a minute, he dropped the ball. You can't make a throw better than that.
Well, it looks like he's got it cradled, and when he hits the ground, it just gets jarred or loose.
Later in the third, 2nd and 12 for the Steelers. Well, let's go to a guy that I know can catch the ball. That'll be our Super Bowl hero, Santonio Holmes. Yo, Holmes, 18 yards. And then Ben sneaks in, so it's 20-9. So the game's over, Tom. We know, we already said it, right? But wait a minute, 20-15. Bengals went for 2 and missed, so it's 4.5 minutes to go in the game. Pittsburgh by 5. Carson Palmer to Lavernius Coles. Coles to the 49-yard line, 17-yard pickup. Minute to go. 4th and 2. First down. Coles makes the catch. So that's 4th down. They convert. Now 4th and 10 at the 15. Palmer to Brian Leonard, the pride of Rutgers. Somehow that's a great effort to get the first down.
Yeah, you look at him right here, and like you said, Boom, great effort. Lunges for that first down, gets it.
And now 2nd and goal at the 4. Tick, 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 tick. Touchdown. Palmer drills it. Andre Caldwell. So like Detroit, knocked, well, monkey, gorilla, orangutan off their back. This is such a huge win for the Bengals, especially converting the 4th downs, winning late, beating their rivals, kind of smudged their face in it, 23-20. Cincinnati, and they're 2-1. And the Pittsburgh Steelers are 1-2. So, Tommy, you think about the Steelers, you think about the Bengals. Now, were it not for the tip with Stokely in week 1, it could have been 3-0, but they will take a 2-1 and win at Green Bay and over Pittsburgh. And I know it's only one defender, but you just, and the Steelers missed Troy Polamalu. Did you put your finger on that today?
Yeah, you know, we can talk about a lot of different things, but I think when you look at the numbers factually, they have not forced a turnover of any kind in the last 2 games since Troy Polamalu left the lineup. They had 2 in the first game. Troy had one of those. He's an impact player who forces the ball loose, who gets the interceptions. If they can't force turnovers, which this offense is designed to do, then Pittsburgh's going to have a problem.
They ran better, but not great. What, 3 1/3 yard a carry?
Yes,
I mean,
yes. 102 yards.
Okay.
Okay.
And
not what we're used to seeing from the Pittsburgh Steelers.
No, but the Steelers will be all right. They play San Diego next week. Not that they'll get all right with that, but the Steelers are fine. But kudos to Cincinnati. Meanwhile, team not fine, Tennessee Titans. Could they start 0-3 after the best record in football a year ago? Here they go to the Jets. Could they start 3-0 with a rookie quarterback? And don't be fooled, it's 1960 AFL retro jerseys. The Jets dressed as the New York Titans. The Titans dressed as the Houston Oilers. Mark Sanchez. Whap! And then bang! Digs his head in there, but the ball across the plane. 7-0 Jets right away, Tom.
Yeah, take another look at this kid, and this will endear him to his teammates. That kind of effort to get us a score.
So that's the opening drive of the game. Now here's the kickoff after that. Ryan Mouton. And unfortunately on this play, Mouton was mutton because Jason Trusnick with a hit. It's a fumble. Mouton, sacre bleu. So the Jets have scored, and look, only 5.5 minutes into the game, they're in the red zone. And Sanchez, oh, that's nicely executed at Ben Hartsock. 14-0. Jet. Now 3rd and 8. Sanchez, but Tony Brown is there to strip him of the ball. And big play Tennessee.
Well, you know, he'll learn, but you've got to protect that football when you start feeling people around you in the pocket. Sanchez didn't right there, recovered by the Titans.
Lendell White scored a touchdown. They got a field goal. It's 14-10. And now, 3rd quarter, Kerry Collins, Nate Washington. These are the Titans we remember. Down 14-0 on the road. They've gone to a 17-14 lead. But, again, it's Monsieur Mouton. Then the punt, it's over his head, it's loose. And Larry Ratso Izzo, longtime special teams captain, Patriots, now Jets. He recovers the football, and you make him pay. Sanchez Jericho Cotchery, get out of my way. 6-yard touchdown, 2 turnovers, 2 scores, 21-17 Jets.
Yeah, and they take advantage when you make a mistake.
24-17 now, 2.5 to go. Collins, Kerry Collins, dropped by Nate Washington. A false start makes it 2nd and 15. Collins, look out! David Harris, a good-looking player, loss of 8 yards. Harris also with a pick in the game. 3rd and 23, and actually, we mentioned Rutgers earlier this section. Kenny Britt, the rookie from Rutgers, got to make it because it could have been 4th and short, but it's 4th and 23. So you're watching the last of 13 straight incompletions, and that wasn't going to be complete. So 13 straight incompletions to end the game. The New York Jets, the New York football Jets, born the New York Titans, are 3-0 under Rex Ryan. They're 3-0 under Mark Sanchez, the first rookie ever to start this season and begin his career with 3 straight wins for the Jets, who won it a little differently. It was defense making plays back, right? It wasn't such blitzing, at least the way I saw it.
Yeah, I think that's the thing that Rex Ryan is going to love. These are team wins. Sometimes it's the offense coming out and striking quickly at the beginning of a game or at the beginning of a half. It's their defense and the pressure that they bring consistently that affected Kerry Collins. But I think really the thing he's going to love, this is a reflection of him. The guy at the podium. We are aggressive. We got a little swagger to us already, and we're allowing our quarterback to learn on the move, but by winning football games. This team will be a team to be reckoned with for the entire year if they stay healthy.
I got to say a head-scratcher on Tennessee. Not that the Jets actually beat them, but they now know that only 5 teams in the history of the NFL have begun 0-3 and have made it to the playoffs. It can happen. But this team that was 10-0 a year ago ended 13-3, lost the playoff game. Now, head scratcher, mistakes, and not enough to get back at it. The uphill climb for Jeff Fisher and the Titans. We're climbing back later in the Blitz.
Chiefs and Eagles and the return of Michael Vick. 1,001 days ago was the last time Vick played in a regular season game. First quarter, Vick lined up under center once. At quarterback, run option, the keeper. Picked up 7 yards on the play, his only rushing yards of the day. Later in the drive, 1st and goal, Vick taking it from the shotgun, where he did for 9 of his 11 plays. Yeah, Vick 0 for 2 in the air. With Vick on the field, the Eagles gained a net total of 30 yards. They got 390 without him, which leads us to Kevin Cobb. Second quarter, Eagles up 14-7. The starter is Cobb. His pass complete to Deshaun Jackson. Off and running. Jackson, a career-high 149 yards receiving. Eagles up 21-7. That was nifty. Fourth quarter, 27-7. Eagles. Cobb connecting with Brent Selleck for the first down. Selleck, 104 receiving yards on 8 catches. Later in the drive, Selleck and Cobb hooking up again, this time for a touchdown. And how about Cobb, the first quarterback in NFL history with 300-plus yards passing games in each of his first 2 starts. Eagles win. Sal Paolantonio has more on Michael Vick.
The final numbers from Michael Vick were not impressive. No yards passing, just 7 yards rushing. But they don't tell the whole story. Vick said the experience was just a small step towards his rehabilitation as a football player and a man.
Pretty much, just trying to do whatever I can to get back in good faith, with the public, with my fans, and show them that, I could turn this whole thing around.
He's a perfect example of a guy that everybody try to kill, and he's back because he has that great, mindset and that mental toughness that we all need to have.
The hardest hit Vick took on Sunday was emotional, and it came before the game while he was listening to the national anthem.
I'm thinking about everything that I've been through, thinking about what it took to get back to this point, thinking about my grandmother, in which I lost in prison, and what she would think. The last time I seen her, I was turning myself in to go to Leavenworth, and I know she would have been proud of me, and I know she's still proud of me. And she's the reason I'm going to keep on pushing, and my ambition is to be great. Is going to grow stronger and stronger every day because I know that's what she wants.
When the national anthem was over, Michael Vick took a moment to send a private message to his late grandmother. He said to her, "I made it back. I made it back. And this time, I won't let you or the family down." In Philadelphia, Sal Paolantonio, ESPN.
Thanks, Sal. Florida quarterback Tim Tebow checked out of the hospital in Kentucky Sunday morning, resting back in Gainesville. 15 Blue. Huge hit to the chest, got a teammate's knee to the head. His coach, Urban Meyer, said his CT scans came back, indicated that Tim suffered a concussion. We'll monitor, see how much rest and recovery he needs. Still to come, Peyton Manning, Kurt Warner were the epitome of efficiency in Week 2. The Super Bowl MVP squared off in the desert Sunday, but only one's performance was ring-worthy. Eli and the Giants spoiled his stadium grand opening in the final minute last week. We'll go one-on-one with Jerry Jones, find out what he expects on Monday night when the Panthers come to town. Rockies haven't guaranteed themselves a playoff spot yet. Well, we'll see how the Braves are working extra hard to keep that from happening. Plus, a high-speed crash stopped drivers in their tracks. And once they got rolling again, well, they weren't able to stop Superman from taming the Monster Mile.
ESPN360.com, your online home for live coverage of college football all season long.
Taking its rightful place in a long line of amazing performance machines. This is the new E-Coupe. This is Mercedes-Benz.
A tree from the forest of forgotten souls, carved to a beast in demon's bones, painted with the blood of a succubus wrist, sealed with a healthy coat of dragon spit, 6 hairs strung from the heads of witches hung.
Get the Tenacious D guitar weapon when you pre-order Brutal Legend, only at GameStop. Power to the players. Rated M for mature.
His was the oldest registered distillery in the United States. From a place where the water was cool, clean, and iron-free. Perfect for making whiskey. Charcoal mellowed drop by drop for smooth sipping. The Tennessee way, which is not the easy way, but it was his way.
Hey, Steve.
What's up, Kate?
Hey, would you characterize your speed as explosive or incendiary?
What'd you say?
Hold on.
What'd you ask?
I think that answers it. Incendiary.
Need anything else?
Thanks. I'm good. I got my answer. Wait a minute. How do you spell?
Did you say something?
Is this one of those I before E words?
If you think about it, this is what makes the Ladders different from other job search sites. We only want the big jobs. Welcome to the Ladders, a premium job site for only 100K plus jobs and only 100K plus talent.
DirecTV's Game Lounge delivers your favorite games when you want them. So put your feet up and get your game on. Now as low as $2.99. Ready to get into the game? Tune to channel 110. Game Lounge from DirecTV. Game on. The movies you want to watch are on DirecTV Cinema.
It is fantastic.
I can live with that.
Right on.
Wow!
Why wouldn't you want to be part of that?
Order the movies you want to watch on channels 125 through 199.
Sunday night game, Colts and Cardinals. Peyton Manning would do something in this game he's done just 7 times before in his career. Colts down by 3. Peyton Manning to Reggie Wayne, the one-handed Reggie Wayne. Whoa, 147 receiving yards and that TD. Look at the corner route Wayne is going to run. Then watch as Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie picks the wrong guy to cover. He picked Pierre Garçon, and that's why Wayne was wide open to make the catch. Still in the second, 14-3 Colts. Manning looking for Pierre Garçon. Were you smart enough to add him to your fantasy team like I did? 3 catches, 64 yards. Love the fantasy. Cardinals down 21-10. Kurt Warner, remember him? 30 of 52 for 332 yards, but accuracy not a strength on that play. He also had 2 picks. As for Peyton Manning, wow, that was a close one. Fourth quarter, Dwight Freeney, who had 2 sacks in this game, knocked to the ground and the landing not good. He would head to the locker room with a right leg injury. The Colts win this thing. How about Peyton Manning? 8th time in his career. He's thrown for 4 touchdown passes and totaled 300 passing yards in the process.
Vroom, vroom. That is 1 vroom for each of the races so far in the chase for the Sprint Cup. That guy looks mean. Drivers tooling about Dover Sunday afternoon. On lap 32, we have got much trouble for Joey Logano up against the wall, and then he just starts a tumbling act.
Yikes.
Goes over 7 times in the 20 car. Finally coming to rest there. We look at it again. Tell you right now, he is okay, which is phenomenal. He's better than okay when you watch him get out of this. Here comes Logano, Tony Stewart. There's some slowing up. One guy gets into another guy, and the next thing you know, Logano is rolling.
I wish I'd have saw that coming, because I don't know how to say sorry enough to Joey, because I don't know what happened. I mean, he just had to check up, and I didn't see it coming or anticipate it coming, and I drove flat through him.
It just startled me. I'm fine. That's the big part. It started rolling, and I was in there like, damn, please make this thing stop. And it wouldn't, and it just kept going and going. But that was the wildest ride I've ever been on. You can't go on a roller coaster any worse than that. I'm just still shaking. That's all. But I'm fine. No, I'm not even sore, which is really surprising after all that.
So Logano gets an apology from Tony Stewart, and then he gets an ambulance ride. As you see, he walked in. That is just remarkable, those cars. Jimmy Johnson then led 271 laps in the 48 car, gets by Kurt Busch for the lead, and just dominates the race. Let's go to the last one. Most of the drama sucked out of this baby. Johnson's going to sweep the season series at Dover. Mark Martin will be second. Johnson's 4th victory of the season. Let's listen to 1 and 2, shall we?
What's it like to take it to him here?
I don't know. Those tall boys, they gave my crew guys are pretty cool. What a car, obviously. Yesterday we were struggling a little bit in practice, and we made some great changes last night. We get the slows and ball and work and ride, and just an awesome race car, awesome day.
I'm pretty sure that dude's Superman. And, you know, I have had the opportunity to see up close, and I'm telling you, I see why he is so successful. I see why. He works harder at it than anybody else, I think, on the circuit.
Martin's 2nd place finish, enough to keep him atop the standings with 8 races left in the chase, but his lead cut to 10 points. Other troubling news for the 50-year-old is the points leader after 2 races in the chase has never actually gone on to win the series championship. Johnson, 2nd alone now, was T2 last year after the 2nd race when he won his 3rd straight title.
NL wildcard Rockies with a 2.5-game lead over the surging Braves. Rockies facing a patchwork St. Louis lineup on the day after the Cardinals clinched the NL Central. Top of the 3rd, 2-0 Rockies. Bags full, Albert Pujols. The machine. Off of Jorge De La Rosa, who would go on to win his 16th game of the year. Pujols' 43rd double on the season. Cardinals go up 3-2. Top 4, Pujols at the plate with the bases loaded again. Isn't it funny how that always works out that way? But this time, Albert would strike out swinging, and his bat goes flying.
That doesn't usually happen.
No, that doesn't.
That part.
Cardinals do not increase their lead at that moment. Bottom 5 now tie game 1 on Todd Helton. Creating space, Carlos Gonzalez scores. The Rockies retake the lead 4-3. Top 9 now. Same score. Houston Street on the mound. 2 on, 1 out for Ryan Ludwig. Ludwig, the blooper. Clint Barmes makes a sliding catch for the 1st out, amazing there, then throws to first to complete the game-ending double play. Said Rockies manager Jim Tracy, that's the defensive play of the year for us. Houston Street with the first 6-out save for him in over 3 years.
Braves Nationals. Atlanta's won its last 5, so putting on lots of heat. The Nats have lost more than the Yankees have won. They're at 102 losses and counting starting today. Braves down 3-2. Adam LaRoche drills into right center. You know, Escobar trying to score from first. He is hustling. That last 90 feet, go, 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 and he is safe, accurately called. Game tied at 3. We go to the 10th. Still 3 all, bases loaded with 1 out. Brian McCann grounds it to the pitcher. Hey, gets the lead run home. Braves up 4-3. Next batter, Omar Infante. Again, they're just a couple of mosquito bites. Well, flare to left center. Martin Prado, Chipper Jones will score. So we got the go-ahead run, then we got a couple insurance runs. Braves win 6-3, extending their win streak now to 6. And the Rockies, well, they still look in the rearview mirror. 2.5 games clear of the Braves. Off Monday before opening the 3-game set with Brewers Tuesday and finishing the regular season at the Dodgers. The Bravos, meanwhile, play all 7 remaining games at home, starting with the Marlins on Monday and finishing up with a 4-game visit from the Nats.
TJ and Boomer are back in the Blitz. Why T.O. and the Bills were not the team to slow the Saints marching on the edge of disaster, how the Bears barely escaped.
I've never thought about not having him as our coach.
Playoff failure and the future of his head coach. We go one-on-one with Cowboys owner Jerry Jones. That's next on SportsCenter.
Clear by 5 to the 42. There's 25 calls in the lead back.
Leading the chase by 63 points.
3 in, 3 off. 31-70 on the 10. 48-5, we're running very well. 42 coming off the 2. Clear by 66 with you. 1, 2, 3, got me. 31-90.
Third consecutive championship.
When it comes down to it, there's only one number that counts.
Dad!
Sorry, Sport. We're cutting back.
Okay.
School's like 2 miles away.
We're cutting back on gas. We're also saving with Verizon Wireless Friends and Family. Calling to any 10 out-of-network numbers. Mobile to mobile, nights and weekends, plus messaging. All unlimited.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Hey. Okay, party's over.
It all adds up to a great deal when you add the kids for just $9.99 each. Get great messaging phones for under $50 like the LG Versa. Verizon Wireless.
You got a pretty mouth.
Welcome to Zombieland. It's the greatest hits collection of nightmares.
Zombie kill of the week.
That is so offensive.
You guys want some Purell?
Yes.
Yeah.
Zombieland. Come here, big fella. Just gonna take a little off the top.
Rated R. Opens Friday.
More cash over here.
It's much easier to find money at Esurance. Great auto insurance rates and lots of discounts.
Got insurance already? Save more with Esurance's Switch and Save discount.
It also pays to shop online. You get Esurance's Fast 5 discount just for getting an instant online quote.
Thanks, Professor.
Don't forget the good student discount.
And there's even more discounts.
It's no secret that you can save hundreds with Esurance.
Make it your mission to click or call Esurance today.
Hey, Dad, did you pick me at a cell phone?
Cell walls are thicker than plasma membranes and were originally discovered by Robert Hooke in a sample of cork.
Okay. So I guess that means you didn't find me a phone?
Thousands of telephone poles are destroyed each year by woodpeckers. Woodpeckers also nest in the cavities of trees, fence posts, and
Which celebrity mom has another one on the way? What?
Soccer mom.
Hot moms.
Mom jeans.
Moms who wear jeans to match their teens' jeans.
Find the cure at Bing.com. It's not just a search engine. It's the first ever decision engine from Microsoft.
Rated T for teen.
They call us heroes. But when we turn our powers against each other, who will save us from ourselves?
Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2.
Speak. Speak.
That's it?
Not bad, huh?
Not too heavy, not too light. Bud Light. The difference is drinkability.
Welcome back to the Blitz, everybody. 93 points in 2 weeks. New Orleans, with their offense, continued to march in Buffalo in a late afternoon start. Here we go. The Bills upset Minor, but Sean Payton, Drew Brees, Saints. Well, right away, first drive, Tom, Drew Brees. This is Marcus Colston. 32 yards, a first down. That sets up a 1-yard punch. Lionel Hamilton. So, again, the Saints scoring early. But it would not be a scoring fest. As a matter of fact, the Bills, it's Bills special teams. Brian Moorman, Pro Bowl punter. Ryan Denny. They did it last year. They do it this year. Big punt. Touchdown, tied at 7.
Yeah, and very well designed, as you see, making somebody commit
to the guy making the fake, you throw it over his head, touchdown.
So it's 10-7 at the half. Trent Edwards to Terrell Owens, but nope. And then Jabari Greer actually has the coverage who was a Bill last.
Yeah, you take a look, a good job, ball thrown a little bit inside, and you see the safety coming over, going to get a hit.
Still 10-7 here, and Edwards now fourth quarter looking for T.O., and for the first time after 185 straight games, T.O. did not have a catch. Still a 10-7 game, 10 minutes ago, but Pierre Thomas. We saw Pierre Casson for the Colts on the Monday night. And Pierre Thomas in the end zone, so now it's a 10-point lead. And then they do it on the ground late. Here's Thomas again, salting it away. So the Bills defense actually did a really good job for a lot of it. But in the end, it's the Saints who run the ball. Thomas with 126. And the Saints who get under 200 yards passing from Drew Brees. They win 27-7 on a day when their defense allowed no scores, Tom.
And I think that Coach Payton will be happier with this football game than one of those 6 touchdown games by Drew Brees. This is a complete team victory, won in a different way.
You want to talk about interesting jerseys? Seattle at home against Chicago. And these are the Saskatchewan Roughriders of the neon 80s plugged in. And Matt Hasselbeck on the sidelines. He one of 7 starters didn't play today. Jay Cutler to Matt Forte. And Seattle leads 13-0. It's a fumble. Forte fumbles right before the half. And Seattle has the ball. Now Lovie Smith challenges. And they rule down by contact.
Well, and you can see how close it was right there. But, you know they took a good look at it. Overturned the call.
And sets up a couple plays later, 4th down. Cutler to Greg Olsen. So game completely changed. It was going to be 13-0. Now it's 13-7. But Seattle showing the fortitude, as you got to show when you wear those jerseys. Julius Jones with a 14-yard gain. And in the field goal range, 14 seconds before half, so they can go off with a 2-score lead. Olindo Mahare. Oh, boy. Jim Mora, no. So it stays 13-7. Now the Bears have scored to lead 14-13. Seneca Wallace thought he would play a good game in relief of Hasselbeck to Nate Burleson. He liked the way he played.
And that's an outstanding throw back across your body, something you don't often do successfully.
Well, this sets up a 34-yard field goal. Oh, my. Oh. Now, we did make 4 field goals, but, boy, these were just gut-wrenching misses at the time. Still a 14-13 game, and Wallace is worried about his safety, but look at the play made by Lance Briggs.
Lance Briggs is so good. Not, at every phase of playing linebacker, including evidently going and getting some interceptions like that.
Seahawks hold them to a field goal, but it's 17-13 at 17-16. Aaron Curry, the #1 draft pick, making a big hit on Cutler, and the Seahawks Redding recovers. So now here's Seattle, and guess what? Oh, my. Whoa, it's a 46-yarder. Seattle leads 19-17 with 5 minutes to go. Why doesn't Devin Hester return all the kicks and punts? Why make him a wide receiver? Here's why. Zipped by Cutler, completed 3 on the last drive. That's what Hester can do, Tom.
Yeah, he's got the speed. Get it in his hands. He's going to make a big play.
25-19. They make a 2-point conversion. Seneca Wallace, Seahawks can't convert. So they're kind of got a gut-wrenching loss. Chicago had a gut-wrenching loss week 1. Had come back to win late against Pittsburgh and late against Seattle. 25-19 for Seattle. Not all roses for Coach Mora.
No excuses for those. If you're kicking the National Football League, you should make those kicks. Bottom line. End of story, period. No excuses, no win, doesn't matter. Got to make those kicks. Especially in a game like this, where you're kicking and scratching and fighting and playing your tail off and you miss those kicks. Not acceptable. Not acceptable. Absolutely not acceptable. We'll look at changes everywhere. We're not going to fight our ass off and have a field goal kicker go out there and miss 2 field goals and lose the game. Not going to happen.
Jim, pretty direct.
Well, that's the life of a kicker.
There'll be a lot of kickers.
That's the life of a kicker. We just want you to make the kicks, period.
And we get the Saints this section. Jets at New Orleans this next week, Tom. Pretty
Yeah,
good.
I think we've got a good game coming up. And as I've watched the season unfold, you know, the thing I've enjoyed most, those teams that have taken steps, the Jets, the Lions getting off the snide, finally winning a football game, and the Cincinnati Bengals coming through and beating the defending world champs.
And Brett Favre now a stamp in Minnesota. But I also noticed on this day, Tom, the Giants, the Eagles, the Patriots, the Ravens. Oh, this is time for some business. They're already showing what I think we're going to see later on in the year. And we're still in September on the Blitz.
The Blitz, brought to you by Old Spice. Different scents for different gents.
A handful of teams off to rather impressive starts. More on an unstoppable Joe Flacco and a Broncos team on a roll. Stuart Scott now with more from Dallas.
SportsCenter's coverage of Monday Night Football from Dallas, or the most elaborate, high-tech, glitzy, and yes, expensive sports stadium in the country. One writer recently called the Cowboys' new $1.15 billion sports complex owner Jerry Jones's personal middle finger to the recession. But you got to remember, when he started building, we weren't in a recession. The man who back in 1989 purchased the Cowboys in the old Texas Stadium lease for $160 million now has this, a 600-ton Diamond Vision video board worth $40 million alone. Excessive? Sure. But if Jones sells out every game here with an average attendance of nearly 100,000 and an average ticket cost of about $160, he figures well worth it. Jerry Jones and Michelle Tafoya in the Sunday Conversation.
Everyone talks about the scoreboard in this place. Do you get something like that at Best Buy? Does it come with a warranty? Where do you get something like that?
Well, you go to Las Vegas. Seriously. I was watching Celine Dion, and I went into a theater there, and she had a great show, but in behind her was this Mitsubishi digital board. And so I thought, well, now, how might that work if you put it right down the center of the field and we're looking at our players 7 feet tall with their cleats and helmet on the field, but 72 feet tall right above them, and thought it'd be a great show.
Wade Phillips, in 4 tries, has yet to win a playoff game.
I've never thought about not having him as our coach. He certainly is the man for the job relative to our defense.
And yet, the last 2 seasons, your defense was top 10 in all the major categories. Right now, albeit 2 games in, you're 23 or worse in every major defensive category with Wade taking over. Still stand behind that decision?
Yes, I do. And I think that's fair to point those statistics, but we also know that there's 16 games.
This is the last year of your head coach, Wade Phillips' deal. If he does not take you to the promised land, what happens to him?
Well, I have an option, number one, and don't discuss, certainly at this time of the year, our coach's contract, especially the head coach's contract. I'd like for him to win his first Super Bowl as a head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, and that may take more years than this year to do it.
You've made it very clear that you also value Jason Garrett, your offensive coordinator, very, very highly. You've made him one of the highest paid assistants in the NFL. Is he your next guy?
Well, he certainly is in the family portrait.
A couple of your former employees, Tony Dorsett and Jimmy Johnson, this week were asked about your quarterback, Tony Romo. Dorsett said, I don't know why on earth this kid has gotten anointed when he hasn't done anything. What do you make of former employees coming out and talking either positively or negatively about Romo?
Well, I understand it and I like it. I agree with Tony. Before you send him to the Hall of Fame, you need to see some results. When you're willing to work as hard as he is, when you've got the athletic skill that he's got, and you're as smart as he is, and as hungry as he is, then you've got a shot.
This stadium will host Super Bowl 45 in 2011. Jones just hopes the Cowboys will have won a playoff game by then, something they haven't done since 1996.
We knew that it was going to be a war coming in here. You got 2 good football teams, and one had to lose, and it was us. I'd rather that we lose now, taste it, chew on it, swallow it, and get better.
49ers head coach on the wrong end of another magical Brett Favre moment, but number 4 says he's already put it behind him and moved on. Well, sure, the Pack are up next, you know. Kicking field goals instead of scoring TDs, that won't make teams fear you. But when Tom Brady finds his groove, well, now we're talking a whole different story. Plus, AL Central rivals trying to gain an edge before a critical 4-game set. While the Yankees return to the top, Derek Jeter reflects on win number 100.
Join Boomer, TJ, and the gang for all your NFL analysis and insight on Sunday NFL Countdown, all season long at 11 a.m. on ESPN.
Sir, debris heading towards our comm satellite. Impact may cut off communications with ground forces.
Launch avoidance maneuver. $20 kilometers in closing.
Collision averted, sir. All objects are accounted for.
Good job.
Learn more at airforce.com.
Americans are always finding ways to be more responsible. And so is BMW. It's called Efficient Dynamics, a commitment to lower emissions while enhancing the thrill of the drive. It's the reason BMW offers the most fuel-efficient luxury fleet in America. And while you'll find responsibility quite exhilarating.
Hurry in to the BMW Greener Days sales event now and lease a 328i for only $349 a month.
It's right here. It's easy. It's the money you could be saving with Geico.
So, what do you guys think?
Well, it certainly makes a statement.
Man, Des, I can't believe you actually did it. But that is kind of a sweet cape.
Right? It's silk. I can get you a blue one if you're interested.
Think you know? Text CGD to 43776. ESPN College Game Day, built by the Home Depot, Saturday.
I am a non-attorney spokesperson. If your child was born with cerebral palsy, Erb's palsy, or any other serious birth injury, call the number on your screen without delay. Birth injuries may be caused by medical mistakes or even exposure to certain chemicals during pregnancy. If your child was born with cerebral palsy, Erb's palsy, or any other serious birth injury, call now for a free consultation. Caring for a disabled child can be financially and emotionally challenging. You have legal options that could help you secure the money you will need to care for your child. Call now to discuss your rights, as you may be entitled to compensation. Again, if your child was born with cerebral palsy, Erb's palsy, or any other serious birth injury,
call 1-800-260-0657, day or night. That's 1-800-260-0657. Call now.
You can find this one on ESPNBoston.com. Perhaps you watched it on ESPN. Yanks looking to sew up the AL East with another win against Boston. Andy Pettit knows that. Bags full, Mike Lowell off of the leg of Pettit to A-Rod, who bobbles and can't make the play. A run scores. Pettit would stay in. Red Sox would have a 1-0 lead. It's 2-1 Boston. Bottom 6, Hideki Matsui up. Runners on second and third. Matsui coming alive. J.D. Drew can't make the catch. Mark Teixeira and A-Rod both score. Yankees up 3-2. Bottom 8 now, same score. Teixeira up. Tex. Good contact. So good it clears the fence for his 38th home run of the year, putting the Yankees up 4-2. Top of the 9th, it's Mariano's time. Mariano Rivera in 2 on, 2 out, getting Jacoby Ellsbury. And Rivera has 44 saves on the year. Yankees, with their Major League leading 49th comeback victory this season, they clinched the AL East, winning the division for the first time since 2006. Alex Rodriguez, you have some champagne. You too, Mark Teixeira.
We've accomplished pretty much all you can accomplish in the regular season, but you know, everybody knows playoffs start in a week, so we have to continue to play well and hopefully stay hot.
Being a new guy coming over here, I just really couldn't be more fortunate to be part of this organization and tradition.
the team is a lot of new guys. We've done a nice job of getting acclimated to each other. And it's been a special year. I think that the team is celebrating. We understand is the first step and a necessary one. But also because the team has been through so much trials and tribulations, especially in April and May. And it's just nice to be here at 100 wins, considering where we were 12 months ago.
Remember, they have a reason to be excited. They missed the playoffs altogether under Joe Girardi last season. So the Yankees clinched the division and win their 100th game of the season on Sunday. And over the last 30 seasons, the Yanks have now won 100 or more games and the AL East 6 times. But just once in the previous 5 instances, in 1998, did they go on to win the World Series. I paused for dramatic effect there.